from the entertaining speaker manual, which is one of the advanced manuals you do after Competent Communicator. This is a 5 to 7 minute speech. The objectives of this speech are to draw entertaining material from sources other than your own personal experience, and adapt your material to suit your topic, your own personality style, and the audience. So we're here to be entertained. Now, to introduce Competent Communicator Edwin, he is currently the Vice President of Education, and in the Toastmasters Club, that means he's like the Chief Operating Officer. He runs the club, and the President leads the club. And he's only in this position for this meeting, because next meeting he'll be taking over as our new President of the club and leading us onwards and upwards. And he told me one of his toughest challenges is doing entertaining speeches. It is a big challenge, and he's here to be challenged, and we're looking forward to it. So please welcome, for resources for entertaining speech, Competent Communicator Edwin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. It's a pleasure to be doing one of the projects here, which I understand is to entertain you. I'm not an entertainer, but I am a person that has tried to be an entertainer at times. One of the things that I find that's very difficult is to entertain people, because it seems like you have to tell jokes. It seems like you have to be a comedian, or maybe be a master of ceremony. I really don't know what entertaining means, because the only person I see entertaining is my uncle when he was telling jokes at the table and making everybody laugh. But I think one of the most important things is how do you tell a joke? Not only how to tell a joke, how do they make a living telling a joke, which is hard for me to understand. But I kind of thought about it, so I went into the internet and I typed in some information, questions about not entertainment, but about comics, about cartoons. Because when I was young, I used to watch movies. I used to go to the movies once in a while. And the first thing I saw, and I thought about, was cartoons. I said, cartoons, that's what makes me laugh. So I'm sure a lot of you have cartoons. I've seen in Asia you have cartoon books. You have different cartoons from Japan and Korea, a lot of different characters. But when I was younger, we used to go to the movies on Saturday evenings, Saturday nights. You know, everybody get out of school, everybody got out of work, we go to the movies. Back then it was very cheap. It was like 25 cents for a movie. And the first thing you do is when you come into the movie, the house is, you know, no lights, it's dark, you go into and all of a sudden it starts. When the movie starts, the light dims, and then the movie opens up, and the first thing that comes out is da 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 da. You know, it's a kind of an introduction to the cartoon that's going to come out. The ones that stick in my mind is Bugs Bunny. We have Elmer Fudd. We have Porky Pig. All these guys' voices came from one person. And when I was doing the research, his name is Mel Blanc. Most of you may not know him, but Mel Blanc did about 400 different voices, and he was very famous for doing all these characters. Not only that, not only did he do 400 voices, he did like, think about 10,000 films. So he was very prolific during his lifetime. So Mel Blanc, I think, could make people laugh because he was able to incorporate his personality into the cartoons and actually make voices. In fact, they used to, in the old days, they used to have radio, so they could talk into the radio and make people laugh that way. But I was thinking more and more, I was saying, cartoons are not the only thing that makes people laugh. What else is there? We have comedians, right? Comedians in Thailand, I'm sure they make you laugh. We have comedians in America, which back in the days when my mother and father were alive, was Bob Hope and Jack Benny and people that you probably never heard of, but maybe you heard of Jay Leno or maybe Johnny Carson, a little bit older. All those guys made you laugh. They're not particularly cartoon type guys or comedian guys. They're talk host guys, but they make you laugh. And I think that's why they were so popular. One of the most important things besides cartoons, I think, is, as I said before, my uncle used to tell jokes when he was on the table, or my friends would tell jokes when we were going out and having a good time. So those are the things I feel are making me laugh. What makes you laugh? I mean, how do you enjoy laughter? How do you get jokes in your life? I think that's a very difficult thing for people to make you laugh. But sometimes you see strange situations in life which are not normal, and that sort of makes you laugh because you think about something that's normal, and then all of a sudden it's just a twist, and it becomes kind of a change. So that sort of makes you laugh about life. In short, I think the most important thing is that we have to understand that entertainment is not something we always look for. But I believe that when we are able to laugh, that entertains us. And not only can we get it from our friends and from our family and from cartoons that we remember, but I think from the memories of the cartoons and people that have contributed to making cartoons. And actually, I believe comedians are really the most prolific way of making you laugh. Because no matter if you're on TV or today we have internet, everybody uses the internet, not so much in movies, but you actually get to laugh at these situations. I know there's a lot of comics and comedy, not comic, but funny types of movies, which I really don't look at movies too much, but I think that's another way of making you laugh. But all in all, I think we all need to have a laugh in life because I believe in having a good, healthy life, and not only that, but to be happy. I know that being happy and laughing are not the same things, but they are connected. So if you can get that in your spirit, you can make you laugh. I think that's very, very important. So I hope all of you will have a good life, and every time you hear a joke, you think of a comedian, laugh about life. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Me, that's you.